PJ did not get a diagnosis until she was about 8 months old. She came home from the hospital, normal delivery supposedly. There were a few things noted on her chart we later found out. Her MRI her brain didn't, I couldn't believe the difference. You look at what normal looks like and you look at what hers looks like, and things are just not where they're supposed to be. Polymicrogyria, diffuse calcifications, basically brain damage and developmental issues with the brain, so it just didn't develop normally. She's spastic quadriplegic. She can't use her arms and her legs in a purposeful manner. She can't pick something up, she can't walk, she can't bear weight, she can't grab something, she can't hold something. If a bug bites her, a mosquito bites her, she can't scratch the itch. She also can't talk. She has profound hearing loss in her right ear, high frequency loss in her left, so you're not quite sure what she hears, you're not quite sure what she sees or how it's all processed. So her ability to communicate it to us is basically crying if she's unhappy or laughing when she's happy. We live our life on an hour-by-hour basis. I'm constantly looking at a clock to figure out, okay, when did PJ get in the stander? When did I put her on her tummy? When did I put her, how long has she been sitting? Because her position needs to be changed at a minimum hourly. Because over time, if you're not handling positioning, she develops contractures, which, are deformities. They can become painful. She needs surgeries. If I fed her, she can't lay down. So I've got to figure out, if she's been sitting already for an hour, I'm going to need to wait before I can feed her. All of those things have to be factored in throughout the day. When I come up in the morning, if I've left her alone or there's a nurse who hasn't been here for a little bit, it always makes you nervous because she could choke to death and you don't quite know what you're walking into in the morning. Is that, when you kissed her goodnight, was that the last time that you saw her? My biggest fear, and the biggest fear of a lot of families dealing with a child with a disability, is what happens if I don't outlive her? Who is going to take care of her, and how's that gonna work? Basically, the hour-to-hour thing, that's about as far as you want to look, because the future is pretty scary. The idea for Pattison's came about when I was looking for a physical therapist for PJ. She had just gotten diagnosed, and you start to wonder how it's going to impact your life on a daily basis, not just your child's life, but your family's life. The disability, for one, kind of becomes a handicapping situation for everyone. And we started to look at what the school provided, and they really segment the services they provide between educational and medical. And so if you can make a case for something being an educational benefit, then you might have a shot at getting the school to do it. Otherwise, you are spending countless hours running to and from doctor's appointments and therapy appointments after school. We also started looking at stress on family and the indicators for what that means. And we started looking at the financial impact that this was having on the community as a whole. One of the things that is not factored in is the respite that's needed, the specialized equipment that's not paid for by insurance. Her medicine is probably easily over $1,000 a month. She's got a feeding pump, feeding tube, diaper supplies, wipes. That's easily, $500 to $1,000 a month. Wheelchair accessible van with modifications in order to accommodate the family is going to be about $50,000. The stander that she's in so that her hips won't grow out of the socket, that's $1,500. I mean, the list goes on. And so we started looking at a model that really provided a hybrid that looked at the medical needs of the child as well as the educational needs. We started with 14 children on a $0 budget, and last year it increased to 45 children, and we have a waiting list.
PACE is all about a collaborative team approach, integrating rehabilitation with education for all its students.
Pattison's Academy is all about the kids, and every one of the staff members here will show you that when you see them working with the kids. Nothing here is impossible.